I am all ready whenever you are. Hello, Obscurathon. I am Tuesday, and I am here to run Sands of Aura. So, Sands of Aura is an obscure Souls-like. It's a well, I wouldn't even say semi-open world. It is an open world game. But some of the areas you can go to will be a little bit harder than most. So we have developed a route in the speedrun where we will hit 10 islands, and we will fight 11 bosses? Maybe I have the count a little off. But yeah, so this is developed by Castu Entertainment and published by Freedom Games. It's a Souls-like you've probably never heard of, and this is going to be the any% run. There's not a lot to show off beforehand, but I do want to explain some things before we get the run going. So you're gonna see on my HUD, I guess I could just start a character real quick before I start to kind of give you a heads up on what you're gonna be looking at, because explaining all of this before the run starts or when it's become necessary is just way too much. Okay, so if you look at the bottom of my screen, you'll see 3 white orbs, a white bar, and then a blank section bar with 4 sections. So that blank bar is going to be your special meter, the white bar is going to be your health, and those 3 orbs are going to be your spell blade, which is like magic in this game. You'll notice that when I have charges that those orbs will fill up whenever I get my first magic. And then if you look on the bottom left, you will see a sword and a bell. Those are going to be my healing, a bit like an Estus flask, and then that sword is going to be my currently equipped weapon. There's a lot to go over right there before I actually start the run, because we have a lot to explain. It is a hour and like 45-minute run. So with that, let's actually get into it. So I'm going to make a character. So we're going to click on Start Game, make sure that your lighting is correct. And then this is going to be your character creation. Nothing on this matters except your starting weapon. So I had asked my chat beforehand how many times I should click the button for character customization, and I got the number 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that is going to be our Kurt Cobain looking character, so love that. Okay, so you want to start out with weapon 2. Now the reason why we start out with weapon 2 is it gives your character a 50% parry increase window, and it has incredibly fast attack speed. So it's probably going to be one of the best starting weapons, and this is the only weapon that we're going to use throughout the entire run. But we'll be upgrading it all the way to second to max level. Alright, so with that, we're going to jump into the run. I'm going to give a countdown, and then I will start the timer. So the run will start in 3, 2, 1, go. So as you start out, you're going to come across 2 cutscenes. We're going to skip both of them, and then we're going to make our way through the Cavern of Malgrim. So our goal in the Cavern of Malgrim is to find a orb or sphere that we're going to place on a pedestal that'll open a door to we'll fight our first boss. I'm going to air quote this, boss, because it's a tutorial boss, and Lawrence, who's the guy that we're talking to right now, is going to help us fight that boss, which is going to take all the aggro off you, making it a very, very simple fight, and mostly just about learning how to do your combat. So enemies in this game are a suggestion. They are not something that you actually need to fight, so you're going to see me running past a lot of them throughout this run. That item that you just saw me pick up is called an Echo Bell. So if I want to go back to this game's checkpoints, which are called bells, I can use that and it'll send me back to a checkpoint without losing my currency. So like in Souls games, if you die, your currency is dropped on the ground, and so you'd have to go back to where you were last at to get it. You can use a bell that's already inside of your inventory to go back to a checkpoint, but you'll lose all your currency. So we want to use echo bells to get around quick while also not losing what we're going to be using for upgrades and purchases for scriptures and other stuff. Alright, so here comes our first trick in the game. This is what I call a Farum Fall. So this enemy is called a Farum, and they're a late game enemy in a beginning game area. So we're going to lure them over to this ledge. We're going to jump over, and he's going to come and he's going to try to smack me. But we're going to back up, and then we're going to hit him until we have 1 full purple bar. Then we're going to dodge roll away, and as you can see, he fell, we got all the items, and we didn't actually need to kill him. Alright, we move on. So the reason why I want to kill him is because it gives us upgrade materials, 500 glint, which is the currency, and a couple other things. Alright, so now that the Fair and Fall is done, we're going to head into the actual first boss. We have the orb that I was talking about earlier. We're going to place it into the pedestal after we touch our first checkpoint. So the checkpoints I was talking about, this is going to be our first one. So we're going to hit our resonance bell. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to put the orb inside the pedestal, dodge roll into the first boss area. So as we enter the first boss area, we're going to skip through the dialogue by running forward and hitting the trigger before Lawrence actually gets there. And so that'll get him into his next dialogue, and we can just straight go to the boss. Alright, so with this boss, your goal is to get behind him and stab him in the back as many times as you possibly can while he's distracted with Lawrence. So, not much to talk about, so I'm just going to kind of focus on getting the boss down, and then we'll go back to talk about the fight. So, very, very simple boss. Lawrence can actually make this fight a lot harder, because as you can see, he just dashed through the enemy, so it ended up turning the enemy the whole opposite way of where I wanted him to be. So now I have lost out on a couple hits due to Lawrence wanting to be that guy and cause problems. Okay, so there we go. That's the first boss. So we're going to skip through this dialogue, and we're going to pick up the items that you saw were dropped. So we're going to pick these up. We're going to light our sword on fire. We're going to pull this lever, and then we're going to dodge roll. Now, as you can see, I didn't dodge roll, though. So now we can fly across the map. So now our dodge rolls are going to be moving at like 100 times speed, and we're going to be flying across all of the maps and getting to areas way quicker than normal. So as you can see, my dodge roll just kind of launches me forward, and if I use flame dodge rolls, I can just fly across the map. And this is what we call infinite fire rolling. The only way to activate this glitch in the game is through that lever that you pull at the beginning. So very convenient for speedrunners that our speed glitch is tied to the first boss of the entire game, which I think is absolutely awesome. So that glitch was recently found, and it saves a ton of time on the run. Alright, so for here, we're going to go talk to Lawrence. Lawrence was injured during the fight, and now he's talking to a priestess and Glinta. He's trying to play it off that he's all good, but now you're going to set on a journey to get water for Starspire, which is the main hub island that you're on right now. And then we're going to try to find a cure for Lawrence, and then that cure is going to lead us into finding a spirit, which is going to lead us into the ending boss, and yada yada. The story is very convoluted. The world has been drowned in sand due to a plague, and our goal is to either stop that plague or learn to be one with the plague and let the cycle of hatred begin and again. Alright, so anyways, we're going to sell one of the items that we picked up earlier inside of the cave. Then we're going to buy 4 scrolls, 2 upgrade materials, and 4 echo bells, or 5 echo bells. Now, the reason why we do this is because we have just enough currency for it, and that'll give us enough echo bells, upgrade currency, and scrolls for everything that we're going to need later in the game. Alright, so we're going to hit another resonance bell. The reason why we're hitting these bells is we're going to be using them throughout the game, so we want to make sure that we're unlocking them for our fast travel map. Okay, so now we're going to head over, we're going to get one of the main items in the game called a pickaxe. So the pickaxe allows you to mine certain minerals in the game that you can use for upgrades, but you wouldn't be able to do it without the pickaxe. So we need to talk to the blacksmith. She'll send you on a mission to go find some guy who stole her pickaxe. You'll find the guy with the pickaxe that'll give you a blacksmith hammer, and then you come over here, you upgrade your weapon once, skip it, and then you'll get this forced dialogue with her, where she'll be like, oh, you found my stuff, even though she never actually told you to go find it. And so yeah, we now have the pickaxe. We're going to head back to Malgrim's Cavern now that we have that, and we're going to grab a series of upgrade materials that you can only get in this cavern once you have your pickaxe. So we're going to dodge roll past these enemies, and then we're going to interact with this rock. And then once we're done mining, we're going to hit our echo bell to get back to the checkpoint. And then we're going to turn, and we're going to go to the opposite way now, and we're going to pick up more currency and some more upgrade materials. So we're going to come over here. There's some more currency, and then upgrade materials right here, and more currency, and then more upgrade materials. Alright, we're going to hit a bell again, and then we're going to go back to our checkpoint. We're going to open up the fast travel menu and head straight back to Starspire, and we're going to get on the boat. So this is what allows you to get around the game. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, is the boat, because as a speedrunner, sometimes it's nice to just take your hands off the controller. So on the boat, there's a couple things I do want to talk about. It's not as easy to steer as I'm gonna make it look. It does have it does have some push and pull to it. And if you saw right there, I paused the game and I used some items, but I only did it while I was in the air. If you pause the game while you're on the boat and you're on the ground, it'll cause your boat to stop. But if you pause while you're in the air, your boat will actually continue to move, which is really awesome. So you can actually access the menu as long as the boat is in the air, and you can equip items such as armor, runes. You can click on your talismans to get them out of your inventory, which talismans are like charms and Hollow Knight. They give your character extra bonuses. We're only going to be using one talisman throughout the run, but we have not unlocked it yet, so it's not important to discuss at the moment. While on the boat, if I click on the boost, I can actually let go of my controller and the boat will just continue going forward. So you don't need to hold like some kind of gas button or anything. Oh, also, this is Falker. He is one of the coolest characters ever, and I love making fun of his accent. Don't get either. Okay, so he is I love the voice actors, like, you know, passion, but it's such an exaggerated accent that it's just so funny to make fun of. You'll hear him a lot throughout the run, especially when we come across these crates right here. So there's crates in the sand that you can actually pick up, and they have set items and sometimes random items. So what I mean by they'll always have like a set item that you're going to find in the crate, but you also have a chance of getting certain alcohols, which you can use as boosts. Or you can find other runes that you would normally not find, such as health runes or defense runes, armor penetration runes. Which, speaking of runes, that's another set of upgrades. You can actually attach them to your armor, and they give you boosts to such things as your armor, your health, armor penetration, yada yada. We're going to need 2 health runes through this run, because later bosses, before we get any upgrades, we're going to have to use those to be able to block attacks. Alright, so we have made it to Tupi's Grotto. This is the first island of the run, and this is where we're going to be going up against our first actual boss. Like, we're not going to have Lawrence to tank the boss. And Tupi's Grotto used to be really long. We'd have to go all the way around the island. But due to a Discord member looking into a skip during the early access of this game, they found a skip that allows you to go all the way across the island. But we've actually upgraded it even more thanks to Infinite Fire Roll. So we're going to go up this wall, and we're going to jump up here. Then we're going to activate Fire Dash, and we're going to dodge roll, and we're going to end up skipping the entire island by doing that. So we're going to pick up a piece of armor, we're going to grab this amulet, and then we're going to head down this path, and we're already at the first boss. So there you go. That was Tupi Grotto skip. Alright, so now once we're inside Tupi's home, we're going to open up this first chest right here, which is going to have some more upgrade materials that we need. And then we're going to head over here and grab an alcohol called Sorcerer's Soju, which we're going to use for the very final 2 bosses. So we're going to keep that with you the entire time. Alright, so with this, we're going to head down the stairs, and we're going to go talk to Tupi. None of my homies like Tupi, but good thing we don't fight him in this run. So if you choose one of the other paths in this game, you end up fighting this leaf creature, and he is a menace, and none of my homies like him. So we don't like Tupi, but we don't fight him in this run, thank God. Okay, so we're gonna while we open up this door, we're gonna equip our armor, and we're gonna slot a health rune into it, and we're gonna fight our first boss. So how to fight Ubani is you have to break these stones first. And after you break these stones, it'll open up that bubble that surrounds him. And then once you open up that bubble, you can actually start doing damage to him. While you're trying to break these stones, though, he's gonna be slamming the ground trying to hit you, and he has 2 different moves. He can either slam the ground, or he can stomp and release rocks from the ceiling. So if you see that characters turn yellow, that means that I got a parry on them. And while they're parried, they stay stunned for a little bit. And so we are able to get free attacks in on the bosses. So we do not want to get caught in this explosion right here. This is a one-hit kill. So if Ubani ends up hitting you with that explosion, it's over. You're going to have to just go back to checkpoint. He's being very nice right now. He is being very, very nice. Okay, so this should be the end of Ubani. There we go. And that's Ubani. So once Ubani's dead, we're going to meet the spirit called Aura. Sands of Aura, haha. So this is Aura. She is an important character in the story, but we don't actually do any of her quests, so she never actually becomes important. So she ends up betraying us in the end and becomes a boss that we have to fight. So she's not important. Otherwise, if you were doing the true ending, she would be. But yeah, that's Aura. Okay, so now we're going to talk to Tupi, and he's going to let us know that we can meet him by the docks, and that he will supply Starspire with clean water. But he ends up actually not giving you enough clean water, because he tries to manipulate you into helping him. So if you want to get Starspire more water, you kind of have to work for Tupi, and that sucks. Once again, we don't like Tupi. Alright, so now that we're done, we're going to head back to the docks. And I'm going to dodge roll into this conversation, because that just allows me to fast travel the moment that he's done talking. So we're going to skip through all of his dialogue, talking about how he's going to be like, oh, sorry, I'm only going to give you a certain amount of water. My bad. Yada, yada. Okay, now that we're going to go back to Starspire, we're going to go to the back entrance. And now we're going to head into what they call the Nexus. So we're going to listen to Glinta and Lawrence talk to each other. We're going to skip over this conversation, and then we're going to head up this ladder and talk to the new NPC, which is called the Ruin Carver. He upgrades our runes and upgrades our magic as well. So we're going to give him the sigil. He's going to update it, or, you know, fix it or whatever. And then we're going to come over to the Church of Lysis. We're going to move the guard. We're going to grab another scripture, head into the church. And there's a boss in here we used to fight, but because of infinite fire rolling, we don't need to fight him anymore. So it is not needed. So we're going to grab the scriptures here. There's a couple items that I'll be grabbing, such as rings to sell for later. Once again, because I am dodge rolling so fast, we call this game Sands of Butter, because it's almost like you have Crisco oil or butter on the bottom of your shoes as you're sliding around everywhere. Alright, so while we're up here, we're going to grab more armor. We're going to drop our old pieces of armor, and then we're going to dodge roll past these knights. So while you're in a cutscene or you're interacting with an item, enemies can't hurt you. So if you time it right, you can actually not get hit while you're performing actions. So what I'm going to do... Oh my goodness. There we go. Alright, so we skipped the boss. We pulled the lever. We got down to the church. I thought he was about to punch me into the hole, so I thought we were about to see my first death. But I ended up escaping death, so we're good. So I'm going to use my special. So as you can see, I have 3 white dots down there. As I was explaining earlier, those are how many Spellblade charges I have. And in the Nexus, Spellblade charges are very valuable because you don't move as fast while you're in the Nexus. So because of our infinite fire roll dodging, this area used to take like 3 minutes to walk through. You're now about to see this whole area be a blur. You're going to see me enter the Nexus, and then I'm not going to be in the Nexus anymore. So in my splits, I call this the Shadow Realm. So if you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so Aura's going to talk. We're going to skip through her dialogue. And then we're going to dodge roll forward twice. So you're not supposed to be in this cutscene. You're supposed to be outside the cutscene, but because you dodge roll so far, you slide into it. Once she enters, and once she possesses back your body, we're going to dodge roll up to where we see some chains, and then we're just going to obliterate this area. So here's the chains, and then we're gonna go around these chains. And so technically these enemies should be chasing you and on your tail the entire time, but because we have infinite fire roll dodging, yeah, this 3-minute area becomes like a 20-second endeavor, and we are now at the guy with way too many arms. So we're gonna talk to Mentes. We're gonna skip all of his dialogue as usual. Nothing important here. And the guy with way too many arms is going to send us back to Starspire, where we're now going to go fight what I like to call the hobo of all the bosses. So we're heading over to Paragon, which has a very annoying fight that has a specific setup, which I'll explain when we get there. But we are now done with the Nexus, and we're going to go check on Lawrence. So as I said earlier, Lawrence is sick because he was infected by the first boss that we fight in the game, where he was like taking the aggro. So we're gonna talk to him. He's gonna be like, "I'm fine, young knight. I'm totally okay," even though he's like halfway dead. Then Glinta's gonna send us on a quest to go find 2 items that she believes will help us cure him. Well, then Aura comes out right here and says that Glinta's wrong and that he needs another item that only she knows about. So then you listen to Aura and you go try to find this item that she is talking about. Alright, now that we're done with all that, we're going to talk to Glinta, and we're going to sell everything that's not important to us. So any like non-health runes we can sell, any type of potions we can sell, all that type of stuff. So now that we're done with that, we're going to head down to the forge, and we're going to upgrade our weapon 3 times. So we're going to head over here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now that we got all 3, we're going to head down this way, head over to the bell, and we're going to fast travel to exactly the same place that we're standing. Now, the reason why we fast travel to the same place we're standing is because it puts our boat in front of us. After the Nexus area, the boat is actually put to the back of Starspire, but we needed to go upgrade our item, so instead of running all the way to the back, we can just teleport to the front docks, and it'll just bring the boat to us. So there we go. A little bit of time saves that I happen to run to the other checkpoint. Alright, now we're off to Paragon. So in this area, our goal is to climb to the top of this tower, and then fight the alchemist, which he looks like a hobo to me. So we're going to fight a homeless man for no reason, because we're bad people, and we're going to steal his glint and save a lady that's stuck in a pool of tar, who's going to help us get to what they call Ishular and Blackrot, which is for later in the game. So, but yes, they're important NPCs now that help us for later parts of the game. There is going to be 1 box outside of Paragon that we're going to grab. So we're going to head up to the box. We're going to do like a quick little U-turn, because there could potentially be 2 items that could appear in boxes that I always look for. One is vodka, which if you die, it just brings you back to life if you have it, if you drink it. And then the second one is Juggernaut juice, which gives you a increase on your melee damage. So I'm always looking for those. I have yet to ever get them in a run, but I've gotten them in a practice run. Oh, also, they can drop echo bells as well, and more echo bells is good, because teleportation is nice, because saving time is always good in speedruns. Alright, so we made it to Paragon. We're going to dodge roll over to this bell over here. So we're going to hit that bell, because once again, anytime I hit a bell, it's because we're going to be returning to that bell at some point in the run. Okay, so now I'm going to grab 500 glint from that ore. I'm going to run up here. I'm going to grab this ring. And then I'm going to dodge roll around these enemies. And then I'm going to grab... Oh my god. Okay. They surrounded me and actually blocked me in. That was kind of scary. I wasn't sure how I was going to get out of that one for a second. Alright, so I picked up some more glint. And now I need to head up these staircases. And I need to dodge these enemies in particular. And then I need to head up these stairs. No! Well, we saw our first death. There we go. Slippy time. You're going to see this a couple times. It happens. If I dodge roll... So with this game, dodge roll and sprint are on the same button. So if you go to, let's say, sprint, but you don't... Oh my god, I'm stuck. Oh goodness, I'm stuck. Okay. Alright. Anyways, if you go to dodge roll and or you go to run or something, but you don't hold the button long enough, the game won't count it as a running animation and will just dodge roll for you, even though that's not what you meant to do. So, kind of annoying. So usually right here, I try my best not to... Okay, well, now we're in trouble. Okay, we are in massive trouble. For some reason, the other undead followed us up. That doesn't normally happen. So I messed up my path. Alright, so we're going to have a very, very, very rough time right now. So, because that death, my timing is now going to be off getting around the undead on those stairs. And they're now going to follow me up there. And fighting 6 enemies with no armor and no upgrades is rough. It's a very, very rough experience. These enemies are incredibly hard to parry. When there's 6 of them attacking you. When you have archers blasting you at the same time, it's never good. Also, if I do not recover the glint that I dropped, then the run is 100% dead, so I need to make sure I recover that glint. Okay. So if you die twice and you don't recover your glint in between deaths, your glint goes away, and without glint, run is dead, and we can no longer do run. So we need to make sure that we don't make any mistakes like that. Okay, Alright, so that was Tannen. That was the boss fight. I was gonna explain that, but I kind of walked into his trigger a little early. Okay, so now that Tannen's dead, we're gonna open up that wall to grab a secret glint item. We're gonna open up that chest that was over there to unlock more inventory, and then open that one for gloves. And then we're gonna save this girl from the sludge, and we're gonna teleport back to the bell that we touched earlier, and then from here we're gonna head to Tupi's Grotto. So we're gonna open up our map, we're gonna head to the outer steps, and we're gonna head to the Cinderhold, which is a Farum prison. So now we're gonna head in here, grab our boat again, and we're gonna sail to the next area. So after defeating Tannen, I opened up 2 chests. There is what they call inventory chests that you can pick up in this game that increases that expands the shop's inventory. There's one there, there's one in Blackrot, and there's one in Ishular. They're very important to pick up because once you have all of them, better items appear in the shop. So we are going to be collecting those throughout the run. Now the second chest I opened up, anyways, sorry, I was reading my chat. I also opened up a second chest that had gloves in it that I'm going to equip that will give me a little bit more defense. And I'm also looking for another heart rune, which I did not get. So hopefully when I go to the shop, we will see one. If not, the couple boss fights coming up will be a little rough. Nothing that I can't handle, just a little rough. Alright, so we're almost to the Farum prison. Hey, Mild, I know, dude, I know, Mild. You don't have to. Sorry, guys, you must say I'm talking to my chat. Mild, I know what the armor does. I have a route. Don't worry, Mild, I got this. Anyways, so we're now at the Cinderhold. And in this area, there's going to be a couple skips that we're going to do. One is we're going to be using the infinite fire roll to grab a glint orb, and the second one will be we're going to be skipping over a fence to get to the boss much quicker. So we're going to pick up this chest. Oh my god, we got Juggernaut juice. That is not a joke, that just happened. That's insane. I just got done saying I've never seen it in an actual run, but here we are in a marathon, and we got the Juggernaut juice. Insane luck. Wow. Okay. Well, anyways, GG's, game's over. Let's go home, guys. Stream's dead. We're done. I can go home and be happy now that I finally got Juggernaut. I don't care if it's in a non-world record run or anything. Just getting Juggernaut juice in a run is so good. Okay, so anyways, let's go back and talk about the run. I just did a lava skip where I roll through the lava, and I use that to get to this area quicker instead of going up and around like the game wants you to. And then I'm going to head up this way, and I'm going to go around 3 orbs. And once I get to these 3 orbs, I'm going to dodge roll. And I'm going to grab that orb right there. So there we go. We got the orb. If you dodge roll too far, I'm pretty sure you can put 2 and 2 together what happens. you go flying off, and then that's not good. You already saw me pancake before, so. All right, now we're gonna do the fence skip, where we're going to skip over a key that is needed. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he usually doesn't do that. I usually stab him in the butt, and then that's how that fight goes. But he jumped backwards and completely dodged me. So yes, that happened. Come on, hurry up. So we're trying to get the boss to attack so I can get on this fence and have enough time to position myself. Otherwise, he can teleport and kind of ruin it for you. Okay, there we go. We got the drop. And that is fence skip. That allows us to skip an entire key, so then we can get straight to the boss. So we're going to pull this lever, and we're going to head over this gate, and we're going to stab this water so we're not slowed down. Open up the boss gate. We're going to get on the elevator, and while I'm on the elevator, I'm going to heal, and I'm going to drink my Juggernaut juice, which I never have, so this ought to be pretty fun. Alright, and this is Greco. Greco is pretty easy to read. He's just a parry boss. I feel like they literally made him to let people practice their parries. So when he does that prayer, you can't touch him because he's pushing you away. And when he does that prayer, he activates these missiles that he shoots at you. But yeah, that was Greco. Very easy. No problem at all. Alright, now that we're done with Greco, we're going to go talk to the man in the cage called Sir Gideon, and this is going to allow us to teleport back to Starspire so we can grab items that we're going to need to get to the next two areas. So we're going to talk to him. He's going to tell us all about the area we're going to go to next, and now we're going to head back to the bell. We're going to open up our map. We're going to head to the back entrance to Starspire. We're going to make our way back down and then collect 2 items that are going to be necessary for our run. So now that we're done with the forge, we're going to head and talk to Glinta. We're going to sell everything that we don't need, as per usual when we talk to her. We're going to buy this book, this talisman, 3 bells, and then it does not look like there is any health runes, which kind of sucks. Okay, so we're going to buy damage. We're going to use this and this. And now we're going to head down to the forge. We're going to upgrade our weapon. So we're going to head to the forge. We're going to upgrade our weapon by adding poisoner to it. Then we're going to come over here. I am 30 short. Okay, that's fine. I guess buying that rune might not have been the best idea, but it's okay. Okay, now that we're done talking to Tannen, he gave us some bombs that we're going to use. We're going to talk to her, and that book that we found, that we just bought, we're going to give it to her. She's going to unlock our talismans. So, as I said earlier in the run, we have these things that are kind of like Hollow Knight charms. And that is the person that unlocks them. Okay, now we have the 2 items we need to get to the next 2 areas, and we unlocked talismans. So now we're going to head up here, and we're going to interact with this podium, talk to her, equip, hit the bell, and now we're going to head to Radix Stronghold. So we're going to open this up, we're going to head to the Blood Fountain, get on our boat, and then we have like a 2.5-minute boat ride to the next area. So there's a lot of islands in between, but we're going to be skipping them, such as like you have the Belfray Tower, which has a couple has like a twin boss fight. You have the Frozen area, which I cannot remember what it's called, and it has a boss fight. You have an arena, it's like Malgrim's overall outlook or something like that, that has like an arena fight that leads into a quest. But we're going to be skipping all of that and heading to that squarish building that you see in the back. So sadly enough, I have 1 less heart than I need so far. And I do not have the upgrade I wanted on my weapon. So if I do not get a heart, if I don't get a heart rune, I will head back to Starspire one more time just to make sure I can't buy one, because it is necessary to have at least 2 heart charms to block their attacks without them breaking your shield, especially the Forge Knight. If I do not get those I'm talking so much my throat's already drying out. If I don't get that heart rune, well, it's going to be very spicy, because these bosses will break my shield if I do not parry them perfectly. So I'm going to have to be on my A game if I don't get that heart. Alright, so we're almost to Radix Stronghold. So there's going to be 1, 2, 4 boxes I'm going to pick up. There's going to be 1 on the outside of Radix, 3 on the inside of Radix. There is another box, but we will not be picking that up until later. So that one's not important to talk about. Also, I'm still very happy that Juggernaut Juice dropped in the run. I just, wow. Just wow. Amazing. 25% damage increase or something like that on my attacks. It's just incredible. What a time to get it, especially during a marathon, so I can show off like the damage it actually does. Also, if you see that building in the background with all that green, like that kind of green aura around it, that is Ishular. That is the City of Light, and is going to be the second to last place we visit in the run. But you can't get there until you unlock the miasma that's around it, like you get rid of it, which is going to happen after you go through Radix and you go through the Forge.
Hey, those bombs should be able to handle the Brando now. You smell that? Wood smoke. You smell that? Wood smoke in that. Spoils just a bed.
God, I love his accent. It's just amazing. All right, so we didn't get anything good in that one. But once again, upgrade materials are always nice. Can't complain. All right, with that, we are now going to enter Radix. We're going to take a sharp turn right here. We're going to use the bombs on the gate. And we're going to deactivate our boost. Funny enough, I boosted into this gate one time, and it sank me into the sand, and that counted as a death, so it respawned me back at the island. So I no longer boost into that gate. I blow it open, I let my boost go until it's fully gone, and then I go back to boosting again. Wow, I bought Echo Bells, but I just keep finding them. I'm going to have so many leftover Echo Bells. There was no point in me buying them. I am just having Echo Bell luck.
Mind the sand. That may be a hole in.
Let's go. Okay, so now we got all the boxes around Radix. So now we're going to head into the port. We're going to park our boat. And the whole goal here is to find dentures, 3 Ferrum Helms, which we're going to use to unlock our blacksmith. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go fight the Wilgrim twins, which is the twin boss fight where we fight 2 Ferrum wardens at the same time. Oh my... Okay, so that was the unluckiest thing I have ever seen. I turned that corner and he pretty much one-shot me. So yeah, very unlucky on that. Let's try not to have that happen again. So sometimes you just get very unlucky with enemies. They just come around corners and they're already mid-swing and you're mid-dodge roll and there's nothing you can do and they just get you in the back. Okay, so now that we're on Radix, this is our first Ferrum helmet that we're going to grab. And now we're going to continue down. These knight enemies that you see with these long poles, these guys are the worst enemy ever because they have like this dash that they do where they can stab you in the back with that polearm. If they get you in the back with the polearm, it's instant death. There's really nothing you can do about it. Kind of sucks. It just is what it is. So you just hope that while you're running away from them, that they never decide to do that attack. Alright, so now we're going to head up here. We're going to grab our second Ferrum Helm. So I don't typically dodge roll while I'm on the stairs, because with the extended dodge roll, you end up flying all over the place. And if you hit a speed bump on one of these stairs, and while you're going down it, you'll catch a lot of air. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when I keep falling, I die. This game is not very generous on their fall damage. So we want to make sure that we do not dodge roll when we're on a flat ledge on stairs. Only dodge roll when you're going down a slope. Okay, we're going to grab some upgrade materials. We're going to dodge through here. And then this is where the dentures are at. So we're going to grab these dentures right here. Then we're going to grab this item, this item, this item, and then we're going to get on this ladder. So while you're on ladders, you're actually invincible. So if you grab onto a ladder and an enemy hits you, it actually doesn't do anything. So if you like, I mean, you can just pause the game. But you know, if you don't want to, you can just get on a ladder and you're fine. Alright, we're going to get past all these enemies. There's going to be a boulder on this staircase, so I'm going to slow down a little bit just in case. I don't want to dodge roll into the boulder. And there's one last chest I can open up. I really hope that it is a, it's a heart. If not, like I said, I'll go to start. Oh my god, dude, the RNG is just on my side today. I just got a heart. Okay, exactly what I needed. Amazing. So also because I died, I lost my Juggernaut juice. So I no longer have the Juggernaut juice because I got hit by those two guys. So I will not have Juggernaut juice for the Wilgrim twins, sadly enough. But I got a heart, and, you know, that matters. I'd honestly rather have the heart than the Juggernaut juice, because without the heart, this run becomes very hard. Okay, so let's put that on. And this is the last item that we need on the island, so grab this upgrade material. Okie dokie. Now we go do the fun. But because I'm gonna be safe, I just feel like being safe. There's no reason not to. I'm going to head back to Starspire. This is a marathon run, and I'm going to get my upgrade that I missed out on, just for the hell of it. Okay. I did not mean to click that button. Okay, there we go. As I said, no reason to play it unsafe during a marathon run, especially with the Wilgrim twins. If anything goes wrong, this fight just gets so tedious, and I'd rather get it done first try instead of having any issues with them at all. I would normally never do this in the run, but once again, as I just said, marathon. Okay, so with the dentures and the Ferrum helms, we're going to talk to the blacksmith, and she's going to ask us to go find her dentures, but little does she know that we have already found them. So now she's going to be able to talk to us. She's going to send us on a quest to go find 3 Ferrum helms. Oh, but little does she know, we already have the Ferrum helms. So I'm going to talk to her again, and then she's going to give us a bell and a codex. We don't care about the codex, we just care about the bell, because the more healing items we have, the better. Alright, and now we head into the boss fight. So what you're about to see here is the Wilgrim twins. This fight is, I would say this is where the difficulty rises for a casual playthrough, because you go from fighting single bosses to having to fight 2 enemies at the same time. Okay, well, he's gonna do his explosion. So he has a couple attacks that, like, I could parry. It's just not worth it, because one mess up. And it's just, yeah. Any boss that you can just dodge their attack instead of trying to chance parry it and mess up the parry, it's just better to go the safe route. So they both won't start fighting until both of them are at half health. Once they both reach half health, they will both start fighting together. So he did the best attack you could hope for, because once again, only one of... okay, I dodge rolled. I clicked B, but no dodge roll came out, and I just died. Okay, that was going really well, and then no dodge roll for some reason. Oof, oof, oof. All right, head back through the gate. Well, that was actually I didn't actually see that happening. I was like, oh, okay, here it comes, and then I clicked B, and my character just kind of stood there. Oof. All right, let me grab my glint again. Ah, come on, stop starting with that attack. The biggest time waste. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I'm alive. Oh my goodness, I'm alive. Okay, he's gonna do every attack that I don't want him to do right now. Okay. Stop with this. Okay. He's just giving me the worst attack patterns. Come on. I'm gonna have to heal. Also, I, for some reason, keep missing the parry on his backhand. Okay. Let's redeem this fight now. Oh goodness, that happened. Oh no 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 no. Oh oh. Okay, now that we have all of this going on, okay, how do I keep missing these parries? Now, after a very, very bad twin fight, we're done. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that. That should have been over so long ago, and then I got obliterated in the first fight. So, anyways, where's the other guy? There we go. We're gonna equip the helmet now, and we're gonna add a little bit more health. Let's go. And that is the twin fight. Now with the twin fight over, we're going to collect one of the pieces that we need to cure Lawrence. So Moro, which we don't talk about in this run because he just shows up right here. He's the guy at the start of this level. If you talk to him casually, he'll explain he's looking for the same thing you are, but he doesn't call it the same thing you do. But we just beat him up and we take the juice. Because it's our juice, not his. We want the grape Kool-Aid. Alright, now that we have him defeated and the twins are defeated, we're going to open up this chest, and this gives us the first part of the Forsaken Gods quest. And now we're going to leave this area. And we're going to use a bell, and we're going to head over to the next boss. So we're going to open up our inventory. We're going to hit a bell, Then we're going to open up our map, and we are going to head to the caldera, get on our boat, and then head to the forge to go fight the knight. All right, so on the boat we go. Some minor hiccups this run, but otherwise, I'm honestly glad I get to show off what dying is like in this game. It's punishing in a way, but not too punishing. Yeah, you drop your glint, but it's never too hard to get back to where you were at. You can always recover. Yeah, so I got to show off Juggernaut Juice, which was really cool. I never even could do that in an actual just run myself, so fun. I never actually get to talk about the run like this. I never go in depth, so I'm really enjoying this. So now that we're into the forge, you see the sky gets all dark. Now, normally you cannot come here unless you have defeated Greco. But we've defeated Greco, and we got Greco's arm. So with Greco's arm, it allows us access into the forge, which is where we will fight what I consider my worst boss in the game. And he's not even, like, unpredictable or anything. So... Ooh, start taking a drink. He just has attacks that, if parried wrong or anything, they end up just being a mess to deal with. So you just want to make sure that you're on point with all your parries. Otherwise, he just becomes impossible to defeat real fast. Alright, so this is the forge. Now, there's a couple skips in this area as well. 2 that were found by a Discord member, and 1 that was found by me to grab an extra 5,000 glint, which is used to increase our magic to 16 by the end of the run. So we're going to head into the forge. Good thing these pillars, you can go through them. Alright, so once we're at the forge, we can actually head up, and we can talk to this guy, and he will actually upgrade your armor for you.
Armor, I am you.
And there we go. So we upgraded our weapon, we upgraded our armor, and now we head into the actual zone. So here comes the first skip. Normally you're not supposed to be able to climb up here, but these trees have a hitbox above them, which allows you to climb up them. And so you skip that beginning area. Here, I'm going to come over here to grab glint, but I can also use a shortcut right here. If I head up and I jump on this rock, okay, I can just head up here. And now we dodge roll through. I don't need that upgrade material, but money is money, so I pick it up to sell it for later. So we have a cutscene right here, and then we also have a talk with Aura. You want to mash this as fast as possible, because enemies are still moving while you're talking to Aura, and you do not want them to catch up to the back of you. Yes, you cannot be damaged while you're in a cutscene, but if you end the cutscene and they hit you in the back, it's just unwanted damage that you just, once again, you just don't want. Unwanted, you don't want it. So here, as you can see, I'm not trying to dodge roll as much, because I really don't want to fly off the train tracks.
Yes, no.
Alright, now that we're talking to that Ferrum, we're going to head in here, and this is what we call the soul puzzle. This is a jumping puzzle / fighting puzzle. I call it a jumping puzzle because in this game, jumping is not like the most intuitive thing. You could tell this was not supposed to be a platformer. So it's a little sketch doing this at times. It feels like you're always going to fall, like as you jump, like you're just not going to get enough distance. Okay, so right here, our goal is to hit these crystals with enough souls to activate them. So this crystal right here needs 3. So we're going to first soul right here. There's 1. Here's 2, and here's 3. And then this one needs 1 soul. So there's 1 soul. And then over here, this one needs 3. So I'm going to wait till they get closer. Okay, that worked. There we go. Okay, and that is puzzle done. Now with the puzzle done, I'm going to head back over this way. And I'm going to skirt across here. I'm going to line myself up and dodge roll. And that allows me to grab this chalice. And then I'm going to drop down here. I'm going to hop over. I'm going to drop off this ledge. And then I'm going to come grab this chalice. Then I'm going to hop over here. Line myself up. Dodge roll across. And grab this item. Open up this gate, and now we head to the boss. Alright, we are now at the boss. So I'm gonna dodge roll up to this platform, and here we go. So the knight, yeah, he just has a lot of swinging combos. And he has this one stabby move that you can't parry that sometimes I confuse for another move, even after fighting him so many times. That one right there. That one right there. I'm dead. I'm dead. That one right there. It always looks like he's going to do his launch. And then I always confuse the launch, but I love how I said, there's one move I always confuse that he does. And then he does it and I die to it. Blessings. Well, now you all get to see which move I'm talking about. So he has 3 moves that all look the same. He has a launch move, a stab move, and then like a multiple stab move. And they all start with the same exact animation. So it is just annoying to figure out which one it is. I should just dodge roll those attacks at this point. But then I'd miss out on a lot of health that I could be doing to him. So okay, he should summon lightning now. Oh my god. Okay. My slippery, buttery feet. I'm dodge rolling way too far from him. No. Okay, he's dead. There's Knight. Oh! My goodness, I thought I misparried that last attack. Okay, so Knight's dead. Now that Knight's dead, we will skip this dialogue real quick. And then we're going to open up this box, and this is going to be the last piece that we need to cure Lawrence. So we're going to head over to this box, pick it up, and then we are completely done with the... We're pretty much already past the halfway point of the game. Alright, so we're going to run this way. We're going to pick this up. Teleport away. And then from here, we're going to activate our fast travel and head to the back entrance. And we're going to go to Lawrence first. And then we're going to talk to the rune carver. So first, we need to go talk to Lawrence. So we're going to head up this ladder. Then we're going to go this way first. Glinta's going to be like, "You fools!" But we're not a fool because we got the things that we needed. So technically, Glinta's the fool. I also recently found a little time save. So when I used to do this part, I used to talk to Lawrence twice. But you can actually do the first segment where you're talking to Aura. And then after you see 3 dots appear for the next thing, you don't actually have to talk to him again. You can actually just leave the room. And Aura just comes with you. And you don't even need to give him the sip. It's like, okay, cool beans. I like that. Alright, so now that we're done with Lawrence, we're going to go talk to the rune carver. They're going to give us an upgraded orb. So we're going to talk to this guy. And we're going to take the orb. Keep going, keep going. Take the orb. And now we're going to go back to the Shadow Realm. So we're gonna head through here, and then through here. So if you remember when I first went to the Shadow Realm, I had to go through the church. But once you go through the church, the boards are removed off that exit. And so now you can go straight to where you need to with no worries. So we're gonna skip everything Thor's talking about. We're gonna put the sigil inside of this pedestal. We're gonna go into this next area. So in this next part, it's mostly just surviving. There's no crazy movement, no bosses, no nothing. It's just trying to wait out the timer, pretty much. So once we head in, I'm going to activate a flame roll. Okay. Oh, I don't even have my special. Okay. Now we're going to hopefully not get tackled. So we can stand up here, and it actually keeps us safe. Well, you know, unless you do that, unless you fall, like a dummy. So, anyways, you can just stand up there, and they can't hurt you. You don't actually have to attack. Don't do what I do. So once she's done talking, you'll be teleported to another area, and there's be one more survival thing. So we're gonna... I would normally hit my flame right here, but I have blasted myself through the walls so many times that I'd rather not do that again. Alright, so right here, same thing. You can stand up here. And they shouldn't be able to touch you until the next part. So you should be able to stay safe up here until she's like, there, I see them. There, right there. And then she'll teleport. And now I'm going to activate one of my flame rolls to get a little bit of distance. And then you see that crystal to my left. So after Aura's done talking, I'm going to hit another flame roll. And I'm going to get behind that crystal before the enemies get to me. And I should be able to stand right here. Okay, so kill him. Okay, and now the enemies will not find... Now the enemies have no idea where I'm at. And they cannot find me or see me. So I can sit here until Aura's done opening up the portal. Yes, I know. Not the most intuitive thing. It's not mind-blowing or anything. But it does make things a lot simpler. So... Yeah.
I can't bring it down.
So she should be done talking very soon. Also, I finally opened up the, what you call it, chat, so I can actually see the speed gaming chat. Also, delete Tango, everybody. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate it. All right, so there we go. We're done. Woo! Finally. All right, now Aura's going to continue talking, and I am going to go towards Mentes. He's going to yell at her and then make her disappear, and he's going to ask you to approach him. So we're going to oblige, and we're going to approach, and we are going to give him the orb that was given to us. And this is going to take away... And there goes my controller. And this is going to take away the aura that was around Ishular, and it's going to take away the... it's going to rise Blackrot from the ground. Also, Lawrence is better! Yay, look, Lawrence is back! We did it! We're truly heroes. We saved the man. Okay, so what he's telling us about right now is that there's a festival happening in Starspire, and you're like, your character goes, what? Why would you be having a festival while the world is ending? And Lawrence is like, because in the harshest of times, even the most dutiful of knights need to make sure to blow off some steam sometimes.
Don't listen.
Oh my goodness, why is my game lagging? Okay, I'm gonna close the speed thing. I opened up the stream, and ooh, it did not like that.
Begin.
Okay, so right here, I am. Oh my goodness, my controller keeps disconnecting. This is bad. She's not gonna give me what I need.
Let's see.
Oh no, my controller disconnected at the worst time.
Begin.
So I have a bad port on the back of my controller. So I was supposed to do this twice, but my controller died on me, and so now I gotta do it 3 times. Oh my goodness, I'm so upset right now. Okay, anyways, you're only supposed to do this twice because you're supposed to only need 30 of them.
Let's see. You
Okay, now that that happened, and I did that 3 times, I was supposed to only have 30 tokens, but now I have 40. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, now that I'm done getting that, also, I have no idea why I'm lagging so bad. I opened up the stream, and it, like, killed my game. I need to figure out how to stop that.
Now.
Okay,
tournament argues the
now that I'm done talking to Rendell, I'm going to head into the next fight, if I can survive the fight, because I went to go look at the stream chat, and now I can't stop lagging. Oh my goodness.
Friends, sterling citizens of this fair shanty.
Okay.
Apology. Where will in now?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the lag is so bad.
Great show, Knight. Great show. Ready for it? Perhaps you.
Okay, so I fought Augie. I mean, I fought the first guy, and now I'm gonna fight Rendell.
Fighters, friends.
This is the part where the lag might do some damage. Nope, we got the parry. Even through the lag, we got the parry. Jeebus. Okay, hopefully it stops. I tried to close out of my window just to see.
Seems can't. Should you?
Well, that'll teach me a lesson about trying to read chat during a marathon run. Oh my goodness. Alright, now that we have the fights done, we're going to try...
Take a look at our prizes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sweating so bad because my input delay is like 20 seconds. I clicked on the button and it just would not register. Oof. Okay.
Where's Delphin? I can't.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm now trying to figure out how to fix this. I should have never went out of my window. I should have never went out of the window. I should have never went out of the window. Okay, I'm going to oh my goodness. How does this game not have video settings? Okay, no video settings whatsoever inside the main menu. That's beautiful. I was like, maybe I can close out of my full screen real quick and put it back on to fix it. But no, okay. Well, anyways, the festival is done, and now we are going to talk to Lawrence, and Lawrence is going to let us know that Aura had gone back to Malgrim's Tavern, and so we are going to go find Aura, because we're curious on why Aura had left the festival, especially in such a suspicious manner. So now we're gonna head back to Malgrim's. You're gonna listen to this knight be like, I could have just stayed away and had a belly full of shandy, and you're like, oh, well, why's that guy panicking? And then you enter in here and you find out that Aura is doing suspicious stuff with the items that you had found for Lawrence.
Wait, please, you've seen. I can do this. How can? Why would?
All right, now she's gonna send these undead at you. And once you defeat all the undead, a cutscene will happen, and this is where you're introduced to the final boss of the game, Maveth. So we don't fight Maveth right now. This is your first glimpse of him. So everybody say hello to Maveth. The Night Plague Daddy himself. So we're gonna skip dialogue, and there's gonna be a cutscene that I love watching if I'm doing casual plays, because I like the art direction in this game, and I like the designs of the NPCs. But we are going to skip this cutscene. Alright, so that's the end of the festival, and now we're gonna head into the last two areas of the game, which is Ishular and Blackrot. And then we have 4 bosses left of the entire run. 2 of them we skip, and 2 of them we fight. So, as you can see, we are now heading into the very end game of the run. So, Lawrence yells at Aura about what she's done, and then you explain to Laura that you're the one that actually gave the Crimson Orb to Mentes. And so Lawrence is all like, it was you? And then you're like, I'm sorry. He's like, there's no time for apologies. You must stop what you have done. And so, you are now sent on a quest to go to Ishular in Blackrot, to stop a pending invasion and to stop the rot from spreading even further due to your actions. Supposedly. Okay. Oh my god, I clicked a tutorial thing on accident. I was like, wait, what was that? Alright, now that we're out of the cave, I'm gonna... For some reason, Starspire is just lagging a lot. I have no idea what I did to Starspire. I cannot play like this. Oh my goodness, I have no idea. Yep. That happened because I can't control my character at the moment. The lag is so bad. I clicked that B button about 6 seconds ago, and then it finally went off. Woof. So as long as I'm in Starspire, I think I need to take it chill. I have no idea what I did to my game. Oh, I'm stuck on the stalactite. Okay, I need to recover my money though, because once again, if I fall or die again randomly, which now I'm just gonna run up the stairs. I'm not even gonna dodge roll up them. I'm just gonna run. If I end up dying again before collecting that stuff, my run is over. Okay. Anyways, got it. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating. Alright, now we enter into Lawrence's house, and we're going to open up this door because we bought a key during the festival. And this unlocks some legendary gear for us that we are going to equip. So we're going to equip everything. We're going to add in any runes that we have. And then we're going to leave, go to the shop. And we're going to sell everything that we've picked up between the Cinderhold, well, not Cinderhold, Radix and now. So he's going to tell us that we need to go do some stuff to save the area, blah blah blah. Alright, let's talk to her. We're going to sell. I need... No. Okay, there we go. I need to make sure I take out the items that I don't need. Okay. Okay, we have fully upgraded everything that we needed. We now have our upgraded armor, we have a lot of good runes, and now we're going to head over to this bell, and we're going to head to the main gate, and we're going to head over to Ishular. So we are not doing Ishular just yet. What our whole goal is to run through Ishular and make it to the top to get to the graveyard so we can unlock the checkpoint. And then we're going to leave Ishular and go to Blackrot, where we'll fight Vexia, and then we'll teleport back to the graveyard where we'll finish up Ishular. We just don't do Ishular before because we're going to get some upgrade materials beforehand so we can upgrade our Spellblade and our weapon to gold. So by the time we fight Andiel, if I'm saying his name right, he's going to be much easier to fight, and he just becomes a parry fest. Oh, Okay, well, I'm Tony Hawk Pro Skating over here with my boat, and officer, take the wheel away from me. I obviously drank way too much Juggernaut juice. I cannot drive. Also, this lag is just, it is just killing me. I cannot figure out what I'm doing right now. Wait, did I just... Okay, what's happening here? Okay, anyways, back on track. I am taking scenic routes and drunk driving my boat all over the place. Too much Juggernaut juice, officer. I'm sorry. Okay, so anyways, now that we're going towards Icholar, we're gonna be collecting some items all the way through here. So this whole place is just a dodge roll fest to the top. Nothing we need to worry about, like mission quest items or any of that. It's just collect as much upgrade material as possible and as much stuff for glint as that we can get our hands on. So there's also a giant that appears every so often to fight me. I'm going to be ignoring that giant as much as possible and just dodge rolling past him. Alright, so we're going to come up to Icholar. Usually I go in all the way around and get a boost, but it's okay. No point right now. Alright, we're going to take a left. We're going to dodge going to Icholar just yet, because there is boxes right here that are going to have gold upgrade material and a chalice and a lot of glint. And the more glint, the merrier. Alright, welcome to Icholar. So there is a part coming up that we have a floating samurai Cronenberg monk that'll try to chop me to pieces. So we need to dodge the Cronenbergian flying monk samurai and grab some upgrade materials. So hopefully Mr. Sam... Okay, we got everything, and we got grabbed. That's okay. Oh my goodness. Really? The window seal? Alright, we got everything that we needed. That was very lucky, and Samurai Man did not chop us into pieces. And now, our goal is to just get through Icholar as fast as possible. These crawling guys you want to dodge, because they slow you down, and they take off part of your health bar, and health is important. Oh my goodness. I really hope this lag does not persist into boss fights, because if it does, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea how I'll fight at Niall with lag, because he is a parry boss. Alright, so we're going to keep dodge rolling. You do not want to stop right here. Those guys have amazing tracking, and they will follow you to the ends of Earth if you do not lose eyesight with them. Oop, go around the blocks. Alright, we're going to pick up an upgrade anvil, and then we're going to keep dodge rolling this way. And one of those boxes I said earlier about how you can upgrade the shop, this is the last one that we're going to be picking up in the run. Right there. The Icholar inventory. And that should unlock, wow. Out of all things that happened, I got stuck on a guy. Oh no, he grabbed me. It's okay. One grabbing me is not that big of a deal. I'm gonna stop dodge rolling because I'm lagging. Okay, now that we got to the bell, we're going to head to the Marble Ascent. We're going to take the boat, and we're going to go south, and we're going to head to the Black Rock, which is the last area that we will unlock in this run. Because as I said, we're not doing Icholar yet. That was just to get to the checkpoint to get to the boss. So once we're on the boat, we're going to hit our boost once we get enough range from Icholar, and we're going to head southeast towards Blackrot. So in Blackrot, it's infested with bugs. Your goal is to find the queen, an orb that she will bless that opens a door. And then once you're past that door, you need to find 3 items or 2 items that you give her. And then she will take you to her battle arena, her boss arena, and then you fight her. Because of J Turtles, which is a person from the Discord, they found a way to skip this boss fight, which I will show you when we get there. It's lovely, because Vexia is a very hard boss. She summons 2 minions to help her when her health drops down to a certain point. So she can become quite hard at times. So with this new skip, you don't really have to worry about her. She just kind of disappears, and goodbye, Vexia. I actually had an entire build that I had set around just for Vexia, where I would upgrade my spell blade. I'd have the Soju equipped. I'd have my blade turned into a dagger. A whole bunch of things where I'd have it all set up for her so she'd die quickly. Now I don't gotta do any of that. I don't gotta upgrade at all until after Vexia, which makes the run a little better in my opinion, because it just gets rid of another place you have to stop on the run. So right there, I grabbed that medallion. I still don't know if it's necessary to grab it. I haven't done the currency conversion to see if it gives me enough currency for it to matter or not, but I still pick it up just in case. There's still a lot in this run that could be solved, but having only one person fully running it and then J Turtles finding a couple skips, it's just not enough people looking at the game to find every possible time save or the best possible build or any of that. Like, maybe fencing might not be the best thing. Like, the 50% parry window might not even be necessary if you're good at parrying. But then I feel like your attacks are slower, and if you don't parry the boss enough, then they move around a lot, and you just end up losing way more time than normal. So, but there is way faster weapons when it comes to damage, especially the twin blades. Alright, so this is Blackrot. My goal here, which was to have 1 flame orb, which I have. So now I can just dodge roll past enemies.
Figured few out, no doubt. I would go while it may. If you found, I'll say.
Alright. Talk to him, grab the letter. We're gonna grab this bell because we're gonna be teleporting back here a couple times. Alright, so now that we got the bell, we're going to dodge roll past big bug, dodge roll past small bugs, and now the psychopathic mantises. Ever heard of a mantis shrimp? Well, these are mantis shrimp on land. These guys are deadly and will absolutely wreck you if you are not careful. I am stuck on every obstacle possible, and somehow he slapped me and that bug shot me somehow. Oh my goodness. I'm having the worst luck when it comes to these enemies. They're like getting me during my hyperspeed dodge rolling. They still end up hitting me. The tracking on these enemies is just kind of crazy. Alright. We have made it to the top. So we're going to spin this monument 3 times. Then we're going to spin this monument twice. And then we're going to spin the other monument twice, which is going to open up that grate in the middle. And we're going to grab the orb. And we're going to teleport back to the checkpoint. And then we're going to grab the queen. And she's going to bless this orb. So, let's grab orb. Yes. We're going to head up this path. And I have 1 flame orb that I can use for a flame dash, which I actually need. So we're going to head over here. We're going to dodge past that lady. Hopefully these bugs don't do a lot of damage to you while you're trying to set up, because sometimes they will. Alright, we're good. And that is the queen skip. So normally you have to take this long path. But with the power of dodge rolling, you can skip, grab her, hit this bell and she'll appear, and then give her the crest. And boom! Look at that. You have now skipped the first part of Blackrot. Now, we're going to talk to Kazan, we're going to skip his dialogue, and we're going to find the last 2 pieces of stuff that we need. If I can stop lagging for 2 seconds. Oh my goodness, please stop lagging. Please stop lagging. Please stop lagging. Okay. So there's another skip that's faster, but because I'm really bad at it, I'm just gonna do the arena skip where you climb up and you can kind of just phase through the floor right there, and you can get up on top of the arena instead of hitting the switch, and you can just dodge roll around, and you can head straight up and grab the item that you need. So instead of doing that entire area, you can just skip it. There is a faster skip, but as I said, I'm just really bad at it. I'm terrible. All right. Now I need to come over here. I need to grab these last 2 echo bells that are up here. So grab these. Dodge roll down here. Grab this item. And there we go. That is Black Rot. Okay, so once I'm back here, I am going to head up this path. All the stuff looks exactly the same right here. I'm going to talk to the queen, and I'm going to give her the items that we had just collected. Also, I got to give this game props for being an indie game, and every character is amazingly voice acted. I love the voice acting in this game. I think they all sound incredible. Ooh, I almost went right off that ledge. Thank God the cutscene stopped me. Alright, so here comes Vexia. So we're gonna skip her dialogue here. And then, yay! Okay, well apparently, that can happen. I did not know that could happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk off the Okay, well, I was supposed to stick to the ledge, but I guess not. The game said no, and just kind of threw me off the ledge. Alright. Let's try that again. Now, I'm very afraid to do anything, because if I dodge roll off the ledge, I will have to just end the run, which I don't want to do, because once again, no glint means no run. Okay. That was a very awful way to go. Oh my god, I dodge rolled. Please don't go off the map. Oh, please lag. Please lag, stop. Please lag, stop. Please, I can only take so much. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we wait. And now we wait. So what happens is Jade Turtles found out that if you stand on these ledges right here, that Vexia will actually walk up to you at times, and then she'll just walk off the ledge. So you don't actually need to fight her. Now, it is RNG dependent. Sometimes she'll just goof with you the entire time and do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Or she'll just start teleporting away. It becomes very, very annoying to get her to cooperate with this trick. Sometimes she just does it immediately. You start the round, and she just falls off. She just comes walking up to you, and she's like, yeah, and then she just falls right off. Or sometimes she does this, where she plays with your emotions, and she just constantly, yeah. So it can be a time loss when you're doing this trick. It can also save a lot of time. It really just depends. So this is what Vexia's gonna do, apparently. She's just gonna mosey on around and not care about coming over here. Come on. Okay, so it looks like Vexia is not going to work with us. Oh my goodness! I might have to just fight her, guys. I might have to just fight her. I'm trying to show off this trick, and for some reason, the ledges aren't working for me, and the lag is not making it any better at the moment. The fighting would be very hard because I haven't done any upgrades, so, And she keeps just walking to the ledge and teleporting away, which I knew she was going to do that today. I was like, watch, all the times during practice where she just walked off the ledge, I'm going to get to the marathon, and she's just going to keep teleporting to the middle because she knows I'm in a marathon, and she's just going to mess with me. She's literally going to play with my emotions. She's so annoying. And maybe if she walked faster than a mile an hour with everything that she did, but she has to be a prissy little princess and walk a mile an hour everywhere, like she has like the largest stilettos ever. There we go. Anyways, there's the Vexia skip. Wow, look, that could have happened, and it could have been first try. But nope, she had to take 9 times to actually just walk to the ledge and fall off. Alright, so that is Vexia skip. Glad I actually got to show that off. Oh my goodness, please lag. Please stop. Please stop lag. I need you to stop.
I know you have it, Knight. You will surrender the ovum and choose who you serve. I allow...
Okay, now that we're done with Vexia, we now are going to head back to Starspire real quick. I dodge rolled too far. Back entrance. And we are going to sell everything that we've earned. We're going to upgrade and then head to go fight the boss. So we're going to talk to the Ruin Carver first. And we're going to upgrade this to 5. And then we're going to head over to her.
Come take a what's there?
And we're going to trade, once again, everything that we do not need. And then we're going to buy anything that we do need. But it looks like that is the only item in there that was necessary for buying. Oh, nope, I need to talk to her again. Okay. Nice. Alright, end up being worth it. Okay, so we end up getting a gold heart and a gold shield, which is going to help quite a bit. We sold all that we could, and now we're going to talk to our blacksmith. And we're going to come over here. We're going to add the Ishular Codex, and we're going to turn this to a dagger. And then we're going to upgrade our weapon until it's at gold status. And there we go. And now off to go fight at Niall. So once we're into the graveyard, the first thing we do is we're going to pause. We're going to drink our soju. So this increases our damage over time effects. And since we have poison on our weapon and we also have flame spells, our DPS is going to be pretty big on this boss. The whole point of this guy is to not let him move. He likes to float around the arena, but it looks like I'm getting some lag. So we are going to see how this works out. Oh my goodness. So right here, he's doing this attack that's supposed to, like, if he gets it fully charged. Oh my goodness, what was he doing? I don't know what he was doing, but he just, like, kind of sat there and stared at me. Like I was, Oh my goodness. Okay. So, him pausing like that really threw me off. I was not... I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Oh my god, no I'm not. Oh no I'm not. Oh my goodness, I thought he was gonna melee, but he decided to cast magic. What a fool! He could have killed me! What a fool! He could have embarrassed me, but now I'm going to embarrass him. I got him trapped in the glitch. So if you stand in the perfect area every time you parry him, he will always repeat the same attack. And that is at Niall. There we go! So you just have to learn his parries, because if you don't parry him, this man is all over the arena, all the time. It is so annoying. He will be your biggest time waster when it comes to bosses if you cannot get him to be parried. He has this attack where he summons skulls that surround him, and he just flies away from you, and he just shoots the skulls at you. Ugh, it's so annoying. So you didn't actually get to see that, though, because I was able to keep him parried for the majority of everything I needed to do. Alright, and this is the last piece of our puzzle. Woo! Let's go! Time for the ending of the game. Alright, so now we're back at the graveyard. We're going to head to the outer steps, which is all the way at Tupi's Grotto, because I would normally go to Starspire, but after you defeat Atnael and Vexia, Starspire is actually on fire because it's being attacked by the plague. So you can't actually fast travel to Starspire. You got to go to the nearest place, which is Tupi's Grotto. Alright, so from Tupi's, we're going to head straight to Starspire, and we're going to start the final 2 boss fights. There is going to be a 3-minute section where we just stand and do nothing. I am not even joking. Nothing happens for 3 minutes. So I can talk about the run, discuss some of the things that led up to the discovery of half the stuff, or the world record progression, what the route used to be like, all types of stuff. So where is the link? You're just Queen. You can just watch it here. You're good. Queen Trauma. You can just watch it here. You're watching the run. If you're here, you're watching the run. It's no different. Okay. So, anyways, unless Tango, you can send her a link to the marathon. All right. So this is Starspire. As you can see, it's now on fire. You're gonna hear him go, "Oi, there, knight! The spire burns!" And so. Here, there's, you gotta go find some of the, civilians that were in Starspire, but they've all been killed by the plague, well, at least most of them have. So you need to find one certain NPC, she'll tell you where Lawrence went, and then Lawrence goes from Lawrence the Grey to Lawrence the White. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Should give you a hint on what Lawrence is going to do. All right. So here, these undead block, but if I jump and just go right over the fence, they're no issue. Oh my goodness. Okay. And here we go. We have found Rory. And now once you find Rory, now the thing is though, is once you're not talking to Rory, these enemies can actually sneak up behind you, and once she's done talking to you, they can attack you. So if you end the dialogue too soon or too late or whatever, and those enemies are in the middle of an attack, they will hit you, and you can die right after the cutscene. So right here, Lawrence is going to give you a big speech about how we need to save everything. But Lawrence does a lot of damage and he's invincible. So no one cares about helping Lawrence. So we're going to stand over here and we're going to zoom the camera out so we can see the bridge. And we're going to stand here for 3 minutes while Lawrence does his thing. Okay. So this is Sands of Aura. Sands of Aura was in early access for over a year. Due to it being in early access for so long and how early access games are treated on Steam, it ended up falling to the bottom of the list. Nobody knew about this game, nobody saw it appear anywhere, and then when it was actually released, it was released during a time where the new and trending page just had so many things going on it that it just never appeared for anybody. So sadly enough, it went unnoticed. I believe this game has so much potential. The developers are actually right now working on their next game, which is going to be an underwater submarine multiplayer survival game. I know, lots of words. It looks really cool. I'm happy for them. I wish they would have continued with this and added some DLC and stuff, because there is some areas that you can see in the map that you can't go to, such as the big door in the City of White. But it is what it is. The devs are really cool people. It's Kasu Entertainment. I hope I'm actually pronouncing that right. But yeah, so this game is localized in 11 different languages, so even if you don't speak English and you want to play this game, they have made sure that it's accessible to anybody and everybody, so I think that is truly amazing on their end. There is a new game plus mode for this game as well, so if you're not up for building your entire character from scratch, you can actually beat the game, make an entire build that's like super broken, and then do speedruns and just one-shot bosses if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. That's why I really like this game, is that it has a lot of flexibility. You probably also noticed when I was creating my weapon that I went into the forge and I changed the head and the codex and the pommel of my weapon. So even though you start out with the rapier, or if you start with the sword, or if you start with the dual blades, you can actually change the heads, the pommel, and the codex of that weapon. So even though you make a character with dual blades and someone else has a character with dual blades, they're not going to be the same character if you upgrade the weapon differently. Also, all armor in this game is just as good as any other armor in this game. They all have the same armor and health values. And the reason why the developers did that is because they felt like more people play Souls for the fashion sense of it, and so they didn't want to have like a overall best armor. Now, the reason why I'm using the armor that I'm using in the run is because it's already upgraded to level 8, so I don't need to worry about having the materials to upgrade armor to level 8. I can just get this armor and it works out perfect. Alright, so there we go. I rambled for the full 3 minutes that he was doing his thing, and now I head over here, and Lawrence pulls Lawrence the White. So here we go. He's going to stab the sword into the bridge, and he's going to send the sludgy Balrogs to the bottom of the pit with him as well. No! Bye, Lawrence. We'll miss you so much. My master! Okay, so now that Lawrence is dead, we're going to appear inside the pub, and Falconer's going to be talking to us. I don't miss him. Okay, Tango. We get it. Cynical. Falconer's going to tell us what happened, and we're just going to be like, cool, bud. Thanks. Thanks for the pep talk. And we're going to go fight the last 2 bosses.
And out, arcade. 3. Jolly. He's taken.
Okay, so we're going to head out the bar, and we're going to go up to where Glinta usually is. But Glinta is no longer with us. No! She's injured. She got injured during the raid, so someone else has taken over for her at the shop. I don't know her name. I'm still going to call her Glinta, though. Oh my goodness, this lag is so bad.
I'll be heading back to the tavern soon.
Elude night. Sorry about...
Okay, and... Okay, let's go. We are totally buffed. We are super buffed now, and we are heading off to the very final part of the game. So, as I said, all my homies hate Tupi. So if you do the true ending of the game, you'll walk in here, and instead of finding Aura to fight, Tupi will turn into Malgrim. So if you've heard me say the word Malgrim a couple times, like Malgrim's Cavern and stuff, Tupi is actually Malgrim in disguise. And he has wings, and he shoots orbs, and he teleports, and he is a total asshat. Excuse my language. Not a fan of him. Aura, on the other hand, I'm gonna let you guys watch and see what Aura does. But a lot of the people in my chat like to use the word crack. There can only be one future. You'll understand why they say the word crack in a second.
What?
So, Tupi's done talking. We're done with that long cutscene. I'm going to enter the portal of no return, and we're going to head into the very final part of the game where we go back-to-back with 2 bosses. Sigils of the Forsaken Gods. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so now I got control of my character back. We're gonna enter into the Pillar of Entropy. We're gonna go down a straight line and a lot of stairs, and then we're gonna see Aura in the distance waiting for us to show up. So here we go. Also, if I dodge roll right here, I'll die, so I gotta make sure I don't dodge roll down these, like, certain parts of the stairs. Okay, so we're gonna grab the checkpoints so we can heal. And here we go. Aura time. So she's been your friend this entire time, but you betrayed her by not helping her and all of that. So she turns evil, and now she's going to try to destroy you. So how we're gonna fight her is you're gonna see. I'm gonna do a quick little setup. I'm gonna jump over here. We're gonna wait for her. We're gonna wait for her to get over here. Okay, okay. Oh, come on. Okay, she did not do it. Oh, 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 oh. Come on. Oh my god, I'm alive. Okay, so she's gonna do exactly what Vexia did, and she's not gonna want to do it. She's gonna want to mess with me the entire time, and she's gonna play around and not do what she needs to do, because it's a marathon run, and it wouldn't be a marathon run without, holy smokes, okay, I didn't even know her laser could do that much damage. Holy crap. That's insane. I think I've only ever been hit by that thing one time in my 300 plus hours of speedrunning this game. I always thought it did 50 damage. I did not know that could hit multiple. Oh my god! Okay, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay. I can't get over these stupid pedestals for some reason. Alright, we're having the hardest time with this setup. Okay, there we go. Anyways. So now, you're gonna wait for Aura to come down. Here we go. Whoa! Oh my god, I thought she survived. Oh my god, I thought she survived. Oh my god. No, she died though. 369 damage. I thought she survived. I panicked. Oh my god. I started sweating. I was like, no! What's going on here? This is not supposed to happen. Okay, so 398,000 damage. She just got absolutely obliterated. Oh my god. I actually started, there was sweat pouring down my forehead for a second. Look at that Key and Peele meme where you see the sweat dripping down his forehead. Oh my god. Ah! Okay, we're good. We're good. Now the final boss of the game, Mavis. Alright, so we're gonna break Mavis's shackles. And here comes the ultimate evil Plague Daddy himself. So Mavis is actually, I would consider, an easy fight once you get to understand his attack patterns. So that rock that you see right there, if I don't destroy that rock, I can't move. So as long as that rock is on the field, I am stuck where he locked me to. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, I need to parry him before I can heal. Never heal without parrying this man. He has so many fast moves that if you go to heal and he does, he has this move where he spins like in a circle. If he does that move and you get caught by it, might as well just end it. It's over. I'm gonna heal myself again because he's now sending out multiple waves of the poison. So this tentacle right here, they take away 70. I think it's like over 50% of your health. It's a lot of health that they take away from you. No! Oh, I misparried. I misparried. I knew I was dead too. So I have actually fought in this guy so many times that if I make one micro movement wrong, I know I'm dead. Like, I know when I'll die the moment I make one micro adjustment on my movement. So if you hear me like pre-yell no, I already know I'm dead because I missed my parry or he did a move that I was too slow to react to. Also, sometimes the goo will be invisible, which I think is very cheap. But yeah, sometimes it glitches out and you can't actually see the goo on the ground. So you'll just randomly take 14 damage and you're like, where did that 14 damage come from? And that's because of the goo. Okay, I need to heal. Alright, Maveth is almost dead. He actually has a glitch you can get him into. So with that tentacle move that he does, where he lays down the tentacles, you can actually hit him while he's doing it, and for some reason it locks him out from moving. Okay, he's gonna keep trapping me in place. No! Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god, I was 2 seconds away from ending the run. Oh my god, and I was dead because I dodge rolled. Oh my god, I keep making all these stupid mistakes. Just dumb mistakes at the very end of the run. That should have been time right there. And I dodge rolled again on accident. Like I said, one micro movement wrong and you're done. You just don't have the health or the upgrades to survive any attacks from him. Also, he keeps doing the stone ability, which is nuts. I think he hates me today. I think this game just hates me today. I have never seen the stone be used so many times in attempts to fight this guy. Usually it's like the tentacles and he'll do that a lot where he heals himself. But this, again, look at that. This man hates me. Stop with the stone! Nope. That was death. That was death if I didn't dodge roll. Yeah, he is, he's being very cruel tonight. Are you kidding me right now? I can't even stop him from doing what he's doing. Oh my god! Oh my god! I think the game actually hates me! Dude, why have you used the stone 7 times in this one fight? What is wrong with you? I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did to hurt this man. I don't know what I did to hurt him. I don't know if I disgraced his family. I don't know if I messed with his lineage. I have no idea, but he keeps casting stone, and that is ruining the run. Because I can't move when I have stone on me. It would not be a marathon without random stuff like this happening. Can you just be normal for once tonight? Can you just be normal? Please. I beg of you. Just be normal. Do your normal attacks. Stop using stone. Please. Oh my god, and I dodge rolled away because I thought he was going to use stone again. I'm actually like on panic mode, thinking that he's just going to keep casting stone. Stupid invisible slime. Oh my god, I got him in the glitch. I got him in the glitch. Okay, finally. No! And then I messed it up. I was so scared I messed up. I'm on panic mode right now. I would normally not be playing on panic mode, but he keeps... Can you please stop casting stone on me? I would really appreciate that. Okay, time now. There we go. That's time. 1:53:31.50. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Talk about a very bad ending when it came to that boss. He just was being relentless with it. So yeah, that's Sands of Aura. Sorry it wasn't the best run or the best display of Sands of Aura, but yeah, so that's all 10 bosses back to back on the normal difficulty. It's not on new game hard mode. This game right now does not have a speedrun page, as I am technically the only runner of this run right now. So very, very fun. I highly recommend if you have the time to play it. It has at least 30 plus hours of content, tons of islands to discover, tons of build prospects, bosses that you didn't get to see in this run. There's also a true ending, like I said, where you get to fight Malgrim, and Malgrim is so much harder than any of the bosses you saw in this entire thing. But yeah, so I am TuesdayPRP. You can find me at twitch.tv/TuesdayPRP. I am an indie variety speedrunner. I know over 45 different speedruns. I'm constantly learning and doing new things. With games on the horizon coming out in like the next 2 weeks, I'll be learning even more runs. I also like to play MMOs, so if you're down for some chill time, come hang out. But otherwise, thank you all for being at Obscurathon. Huge shout out to the staff, huge shout out to everybody watching, and shout out to the runners for participating and making this a reality. You guys are so awesome, and thank you for the opportunity for the run. You guys are super cool. Thank you, thank you. And with that, I think I'm done. So, thank you guys for being here, and good luck to the next runner.